You know, normally I don't discuss sports here on this channel, but definitely we cover things that deals with racism, white supremacy. And we know that as Black Americans or different people who are watching throughout the world, the racism we deal with is not all the time the name calling. When I mean the name calling, I call them slurs. A lot of the racism we deal with is nuance, is passive aggressive. Case in point, the story that we're talking about here with the LSU player, Angel Reese. You had a player from Iowa, the college, Caitlyn Clark. Now, during the tournament, Caitlyn Clark would always go in people's face and do this, you know, like the WWE wrestler John Cena would do, basically saying, "You can't see me." Okay, now basketball is a sport where a lot of trash talking goes on, right? So during the tournament, when Caitlyn Clark was doing this and everybody, the media just thought it was great. They thought it was fun. They thought it was awesome for her to do that, right? But when Angel Reese did the exact same thing to Caitlyn Clark, I want you to see exactly what she did, and then I'm going to play a clip afterwards so you can see what this young sister had to say.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
All year, I was critiqued about who I was. Nobody... the narrative, I don't fit the narrative. I don't fit in the box that y'all want me to be in. I'm too hood, I'm too ghetto. Y'all told me that all year. But when other people do it, y'all don't say nothing. So this was for the girls that look like me, that's gonna speak up on what they believe in. It's unapologetically you. And that's what I did it for tonight. This was for it was bigger than me tonight. It was bigger than me. Twitter is gonna go in a rage every time. And I mean, I'm happy. I feel like I've helped grow women's basketball this year. I'm super happy and excited. So I'm looking forward to celebrating in the next season.
Now, as you heard our sister, Angel Reese, she did that very eloquently because basically she was saying that it was completely racial motivated because she was saying that people that look like me, but when other people, listen, you know, Angel probably, you know, didn't want to say it as much, but we know all what she was implying. Basically, she's a Black girl and she's doing it. All of a sudden it's a problem. But let me show you something that really got my attention and why I even made this video. Let's put up that little picture. It's a Twitter from Keith Olbermann, you know, the former MSNBC host, liberal, right? You're liberals. He put up, what a effing idiot. For a young girl that won a championship, they both were doing the exact same thing, but yet they had this response. And they kept saying about Angel Reese, oh, that's unsportsmanlike. Oh, she's so ghetto. She's a thug. And we already know what thug means when they say it. Oh, it's just bad for the sport. But yet 48 hours prior, you were loving it when it was Caitlyn Clark. Now, I'm not blaming Caitlyn Clark for anything because Caitlyn Clark actually came out and said that she supports Angel Reese and, hey, it's the game of basketball. And she said nothing bad. So I'm not going to say nothing about Caitlyn Clark. But it is the racial nuances and white supremacy that you see in their reaction. Understand? They didn't have to call her no slurs, but it's the othering of Black people and the hypocrisy of white supremacy that we deal with more than anything else. So when Caitlyn does it, it's fine. But Angel does it, it's a problem. Caitlyn do it, it's great for the sport. Angel do it, it's classless, right? Caitlyn do it, and it's so fun to watch. Angel do it, and she shouldn't have to do it like that. What is wrong with her? The exact same thing.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
All year, I was critiqued about who I was. The narrative, I don't fit the narrative. I don't fit in the box that y'all want me to be in. I'm too hood, I'm too ghetto. Y'all told me that all year. But when other people do it, y'all don't say nothing. So this was for the girls that look like me, that's gonna speak up on what they believe in. It's unapologetically you. And that's what I did it for tonight. This was for the more than, it was bigger than me tonight. It was bigger than me. Twitter is gonna go in a rage every time. And I mean, I'm happy. I feel like I've helped grow women's basketball this year. I'm super happy and excited. So I'm looking forward to celebrating in the next season.
This is where the racism comes in with black folks. And then at the same time, these people are like to gaslight black people at the same time. When we telling you we see what you're doing and then gaslighting us. Why are you making it about race? Because you just made it about race in your reaction. Like you act like people don't see what you're doing. And this is why black people get so tired. And this is why black people just get so annoyed. And this is why black people say, you know what, we want our own safe spaces for ourselves. Because every time when too many white supremacists come around, this is what happens. Then they want to say we're the problem for saying the way we being treated. That young girl is celebrating. And then this the kicker. After all of this, Jill Biden, you know, Joe Biden's wife, your president that you ran out there and go vote for, had to get Trump out. She says, well, you know, I want to invite LSU and Iowa to the White House. When have they ever done that? Well, they have invited the loser and the winner at the same time. But, you know, I remember a story, I think it was out of Mississippi a while back. Well, a black girl had won the valedictorian at a high school, and they made her share it with a white girl that was runner-up. So Angel Reese, being the great young sister that she is, and being on code, she's like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to that White House. Because she saw what it was and saw the disrespect. Then you know, y'all president, y'all ran out there and voted for black people's president. Yeah, I say black people's president because the majority of you ran out there and voted for him. His wife comes back and like, no, we only voting, not voting. We only taking LSU. You know, we're not inviting Iowa. No, you said what you said, ma'am. You said what you said. I told y'all, Democrat or Republican, they both don't like black people. Just one just play the game a little bit better than the other one. But this is the nuance that black people deal with all the time. This Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese story was perfect to show you exact kind of racism that black people deal with in America. It's not the in-your-face Klan rallies. No, it's this right here. They show you clearly that them folks can be treated one way and do one thing, but when you do it, you're treated horribly. That is this whole story, ladies and gentlemen, who are watching throughout the world, sums up how black people are treated in America. And it's not only with sports. This happens with jobs. A white person's late, no problem. A black person's late, they fired. This happens in Hollywood. A white person speaks up for themselves in Hollywood, they looked at as a trailblazer. A black person, they tried to get rid of them. Politics, you name it. It don't matter what it is. They're treated different than black people. And that is the racism we deal with more so now than ever. And when we call it out, once again, they try to gaslight black people. And like I said, I'm not for it because I'm going to continue to call you out. I'm going to call you out and say, nope, I believe in equality. Everybody need to be treated equally. If Caitlyn can do it, Angel can do it. And if it's a problem with Angel, then we're going to scream and yell about that. You're not going to be treating Angel different and calling her ghetto. What's so ghetto about her? Seriously, what's ghetto about her? Nothing from what I see is ghetto about her. If you want to talk about a ghetto, your people created the ghetto. Black people didn't create the ghetto. White supremacy created the ghetto. And she's ghetto because she's not, Caitlyn? Well, what if Angel says Caitlyn is ghetto? Because she's not her. You see how that sounds?
All year, I was critiqued about who I was. The narrative, I don't fit the narrative. I don't fit in the box that y'all want me to be in. I'm too hood, I'm too ghetto. Y'all told me that all year. But when Other people do it. Y'all don't say nothing.
Like I said, these people are so remedial, man. They are remedial. And that's why people all over the world are getting tired of their remedial behind. They're getting tired of them all over the world. They're getting sick of them. A lot of people all over the world are starting to say, why do we allow these people to be running things forever? You know, it's like, look at how the world is. It's not a better place because of them. That's why these other countries are gathering and starting to gather together now, because they're sick of their behind. They get to do it, but other countries can't do it. They do that all over the place, not just here in America. They do it all over, and people getting tired. But let me know what y'all think about, so shout out to Angel Reese. Shout out to you, sister. Congratulations. You played good. You keep on doing what you're doing. Enjoy the game of basketball. Don't let these remedial people try to take your joy. Forget that. Dominate and get your bag.